Yeah, we'll speed through.
All right.
So, yeah, college football playoffs happened.
Right.
And I went 2 for 2.
You did. Both you did.
Yeah. 2 for 2.
I think I was 0 for 0, actually.
Yeah.
I think
can't remember. Boise State played after we recorded the last one? I can't. No, yeah.
Boise
Before.
State?
Yeah, never mind.
their bowl
yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
they played before,
We,
so
yeah, we talked
we don't
about
have to talk about that. Yeah, so for the playoffs, because that's the ones that really fucking matter.
Yeah, let's just talk about that one.
Yeah, so fucking TCU, Michigan. TCU fucking just went away with it instantly. Michigan started clawing their fucking way back.
It was a really close game in the end.
Yeah, but in
we'll
the end,
say-
TCU held out and fucking pulled it off, which is fucking lit.
There was a couple calls that were pretty controversial. I don't know if you saw them.
No.
There was a touchdown play that Michigan had,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll try to remember to show it to you after the pod. Literally scored it, like caught it on the goal line, and he like bobbled it at first, but he like fell on his back, bobbled it, but caught it and then rolled.
Uh-huh.
But by the time he was like had the ball, he was like
Mhm.
2 yards in the end zone.
That's Tanner's.
Fucking shit out
You know
of
what?
here.
This isn't mine.
We're not sponsored. Anyway.
That's
Didn't we
fine.
get that name right
You're
off
right.
like shit?
You're right. I had to
Why'd
get
you
it.
put that sticker on your fucking?
Well, why are you
tri-
talking, dude?
Stupid broad. Anyway.
My God.
So, there you go. Better.
You're right.
All right.
So yeah, but literally rolled into the end zone with the ball 2 yards in.
Mm-hmm.
They said he landed at the 1, and
Mm.
everybody's like, "Wait, what do you mean landed at the 1?" But they called it a touchdown, obviously, because he was like halfway
Right.
into the end zone by the time there was a signal.
Right.
Then they reviewed it. His butt is like on the goal line
Mm.
when the ball hits his chest,
Mm.
but it hits his chest, then hits his arms, and then he rolls, and then holds the ball. So he didn't have possession until like 2-3 yards in to the end zone.
Okay.
And they somehow, some way, it was actually a really bad call. And I hate to say that because I think they get it right most of the time, like 95%
Uh-huh.
of the time. This one they've absolutely got wrong. Here's the worst part about it, is they marked him down because they intercepted the ball the play before that.
Uh-huh.
They marked him down 2 yards behind where he actually was down. So they messed up the spot. Because he got tackled on the 49 on TCU side, but they put him on the 49 of Michigan side. They thought they got the wrong 49.
Right.
So if they gave him that 2 yards, he would have been 2 yards in the end zone by the time he touched the ball. So
right.
would have been a touchdown. Messed up that call. Messed up that. God dang, we ain't got to climb like that over
Yeah,
the damn
she said-
jaw.
Yeah, she just
Jesus.
said, she says, "Sup, I'm showing up,
My God.
making my regular appearance."
Say something one time.
Nope.
The one time you don't fucking talk?
To me, that was a lot.
A lot. We'll get it.
All right. Anyway.
So, can you not? Oh, there it was. There was a little something. Why you gotta go right on my fucking lap?
All right.
Go right here. So the first spot was bad.
Mhm.
Second spot was literally a terrible fucking call. Like
Mhm.
terrible fucking call. The next play, so first intercepted it.
Mm-hmm.
They marked him down the wrong 49. The next play after that, missed call on the spot. Should have scored a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The next play after that, they fumble. TCU gets the ball.
Mm.
Literally, absolutely fucking screwed them
Yeah.
so bad. And then TCU went and scored another touchdown. They had like
Right.
a 3-touchdown lead at that point. So
Mm-hmm.
it looked like it was like, ooh, that changed the game. You know what I mean? Which is bad and sucks. So, but TCU did play really good football game. They deserve
Yeah.
to be in the Natty. Really crazy that they are.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, and pumped also. Yeah. Biggest highlight is all 4 teams across all 2 games really showed that any of those teams, if they were in the Natty, deserve to be in the Natty.
Yep, they were the best 4 by
Yeah.
far.
So definitely, even though there's a lot of controversy, and like we've even talked about how
Standing there.
the whole fucking 4-team playoff series is a fucking joke and pretty much is just allows their big names that people want to see there for ratings
Going
to
to
be there.
Right.
But
This time,
in this sense,
it was legit.
this playoff is like this.
Yep.
The ones that are there deserve to be there
and the crazy.
because So we had that little party New
Right.
Year's Eve here, and we were watching the Georgia and fucking Ohio State game.
Correct.
That was a hell of a game.
Really good game. Like back
Yeah.
and forth, just slugging it out. I didn't know what team was going to
Ohio
win.
State was leading for such a long time, and then they Georgia barely squeaked past them again. So
and then Ohio State came back. Then Georgia took 1 point lead with
Yep.
50 seconds left.
And then a fucking kicker.
Did you see the video? This is what I was going to talk about right before we started the pod, but I was like, I'm going to wait.
Mm-hmm.
He missed the kick exactly at midnight.
I mean, are you kidding me? 30 seconds to midnight, we got this going on? What the heck's going on?
Smart can't ice him again. So here we go. Noah Ruggles living his dream, kicking for Ohio State from 50 for the win and a spot in the national championship game. It's on the way. No good. He hooked it. And Georgia is going to survive. At the stroke of midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Which I don't know. Is that people just making shit
No,
up?
I've looked at my phone. It was 10 o'clock on the dot. Like, on the dot.
Damn. So yeah, literally, he went into the new year fucking up.
Literally,
Yeah.
like the
Dude, that's
first
so
seconds
sad.
of the new year.
But
For him,
yeah,
oh.
so
But imagine if he fucking made it. Though.
It would've
yeah,
been
he
crazy.
that would have been so mental
That would've
because
been
he would have won the
Greatest college football field goal of all time.
game. Yeah,
Oh,
literally
yeah.
at
Oh,
ball
yeah.
drop won the game.
Yeah, that'd be fucking insane.
But
The
yeah,
exact
Still
second.
crazy though. Like the
Mhm.
timing's like
Oh yeah, it is.
weird.
Yeah, it is
Weird.
crazy. It is weird.
Weird timing.
Cosmic.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, like I mean, I instantly called it out, and I had you like
Yeah.
use the powers that be to fucking rewind the footage because I wanted to watch that. Obviously, the kicker is going to be crucified, but I hope a lot of sports players and people that have been in the position
Right.
come forward and say it's not the kicker's fault entirely. And Lady had a great point about this
Okay.
because Lady's not the biggest football person. It's like, why didn't the team work harder so that way it wasn't going to come down just to the kicker? Like there was more things that
It is
messed
a
up,
very valid point.
which is an extremely valid point. It's like if Ohio State played a better game, if the defense held the Georgia to a lower score, if the
Obviously-
offense scored more, then it wouldn't come down to the kicker needs to make this.
It's a really good point,
mm-hmm.
but obviously it's subjective because they are playing the number one team in
Yeah.
the country, the defending champs.
True.
To put your spot in you have the chance to kick the last play to win the
Mhm.
game
Yeah.
is honestly a really good spot to be in. So
Yeah, exactly. So that dude's unfortunately going to be snapshotted as the
okay.
failure.
I know what you're gonna say. I'm gonna let you
Pat-
say it because I have like a counter
Yeah.
argument. I
And
thought about it a little
People need to talk to Pat McAfee. I'm just waiting for Monday to come around.
bit. Right.
Him to like show the footage and him to talk about it because I guarantee he's going to talk about it because he had a very similar experience at West Virginia.
Okay.
Where-
right.
Big bowl game for West Virginia. Everyone thought it was huge. He missed a kick, and he thought he was going to run away to Mexico and never see anybody again and take up a new name because he couldn't
Right.
live with himself anymore. When you watch the footage, I'm pretty positive. Obviously, I'm not. I never went to college for football. I didn't even play football in high school or anything. But
Right.
I have buddies that played. I've watched enough football to say, and I've listened to enough people like Pat McAfee talk to where I'm like, okay, I'm pretty positive that he fucked up.
Right.
The holder also fucked up.
Right.
You have to have the stitch in where the fucking you put your fingers to grip the ball and all that shit.
Right.
Where that shit's aiming is normally where you're fucking hitting.
Normally.
Just like how when you're playing golf, wherever your lead foot is pointing is probably where the ball's hitting.
Yeah.
Right. If you
So
hit cleanly,
more that like I don't know, like I'm sure like kickers are going to say like 40% of the kick is the hold or something like that cuz like a lot of times kickers
Well, of
like do the
course,
kickoff and shit like that. It's like that thing has to be perfectly aligned. If I want to hit it at the 2-yard line on the left side on kickoff, I need the laces pointing this exact way. So kickers might say 40%, 60%, I don't know. But I know it's a big giant portion of the kick to be
So-
successful is the hold, and it looked like the holder fucked it up and shot
the
the
ball was
stitching
just-
left.
Yeah. Ball was just tilted left like a little
Yeah.
bit. Like not all the way, but like kind of like maybe 75%.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
Not
y-
100%, but
Yeah.
75%.
Like you could see the white. Like here, if you can grab the Boise State
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
football, so we can show what
More
I thought
representation.
I saw. So, so regular college football and whatnot. So you have these white ribbons on only half the ball with the lacing. So
Right.
what I saw from that camera angle is the ball instead of being straight like this, where if it is straight, you don't see any white, you don't see the laces, you
Right.
just see
Just the back of the
Brown.
ball. Yep.
yeah, you just see the back.
Right.
I saw it shifted like that. So
Right.
like I saw that little bit
Little
of
bit.
white ribbon, and I was like, that shit is pointing left.
Right.
Yeah.
And it did shank left hard.
Oh yes. you
Really
saw it.
hard.
So,
really
like,
hard. So
Hard enough to where I'm saying it's not all the holder, but I am saying
it's still mostly
the
the kicker. because
holder
he-
had a big contribution to what just happened.
right. And well, yes, mostly the kicker still.
Mhm.
I have a counter argument to it because I have wanted to be a kicker, so I looked into all
Mhm.
this shit, and I've talked to a lot of kickers. Well, first of all, the boy kicked it this way, like it was in the air going this way.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
how you know how bad he fucked
Yeah,
up.
it wasn't going.
It wasn't even.
It wasn't
like
going
this.
ass over tea
It
kettle.
was
It was
doing
frisbee.
this,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was doing a frisbee
Not
fin
good.
instead of ass over tea kettle.
That's
So the kicker fucked it up. Also, I'm not gonna say it was all the holder, and
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's all the kicker. I'm gonna say it's a combo.
Here's the counter argument. Some kickers like it turned.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because what if on like golf and shit,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, fuck, I hook it just a little right. You know what I mean? I'm gonna turn a little bit left.
You're like
You know what I
trying
mean?
to
Right.
So do that.
It's a thing. Absolutely.
That
with
is a
football.
thing. I don't think that it's his thing though, because after the kick, you saw the kicker lift
Lift
up
up
the
that's a good
like
point.
the
That's a
holder.
good point. Yeah.
The holder
Looked
instant.
more sad.
Yeah, the holder looked more distraught and
Yep.
broken than the kicker did. The
Yep.
kicker grabbed the holder by the shoulder pads, lifted it up, patted him on the back, and started walking away.
Right.
Like the holder, the second the football left his finger, he knew it wasn't going to hit. He
Right.
didn't look up. If you watch that footage, he did not look up to see if that kick was going to make it, because the second he did not have a touch on that football,
Right.
he instantly knew that ball was fucked up and was not going in.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, all from the beginning it was fucked.
Yeah.
So
it was fucked from the
God,
start.
it's such a nerve-wracking play.
Mm-hmm.
Like for those guys, can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to fucking catch this perfectly and put it down. Wait, I'm gonna show it.
Oh
Mhm.
yep. Yep. Boom. Spin it
Spin
perfectly.
that bitch right here, perfect. He spins it like here,
in in
Mhm.
like
and then
2
it went
seconds.
that way.
Yeah, and a
yeah.
lot of times, like, it's the punter that will hold for the kicker. A lot
Right.
of times.
Or a quarterback.
yeah,
Backup
it's,
quarterback.
yeah, backup quarterback. I don't know
It's
how.
whoever good with their hands.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who Ohio State chose. Like, I
I
know,
don't know who it was.
like in the NFL, listen to Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee would hold for
The
Vinatieri
guy did look more punter at, like
at punter esque.
he had more of a stature of a punter.
Mm-hmm. But who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's normal. Like, that's a huge part of whoever's game it is. It's a huge part of his game, because like a lot of times games are won off of field goals. Like that game was won off of a field goal, a missed field
Right.
goal. So like a lot of times that holder like just knows exactly how to spin that bitch perfect.
Right. Done it so many times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it was just he just missed it barely, just
Yeah.
barely, because he didn't fumble the snap or anything.
Yeah, the
The
snap
catch
was
good,
perfect.
the down, the spin
was just like-
wasn't enough.
Yeah, he just started spinning it on the ground and stopped it
Just too soon.
just a little too soon, and then
Yeah.
the foot already was there, so it's not like he could have
Yeah,
adjusted
you
it
got to
any
be.
further.
It's crazy how perfect you got to be.
And like a lot of times you see slow mo footage where it's like they stop it and then they spin it just a touch more and then they
Right.
kick it.
Yes, like right before they kick it.
Yeah, that one it looked like he spun it, and he probably, if it was a different setting where like the kicker was like an extra 6 inches further back than normal,
Right.
he would have had time to go up, spin a little bit more. Now I'm good.
Right.
But in that situation, like he stopped it and the foot was already there, so
Right. Yep.
he wasn't able to adjust any further.
Right. So, and I mean, there's plenty of field goals. I mean,
Yeah.
that where they don't, they misspin it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So bad that the laces are damn near facing them.
Yeah.
And they still fucking crank it from 60 yards.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So
That's where
Who
it's
knows?
no matter what, the majority I think is still on the kicker.
yeah, I think a huge
But-
portion is on the kicker.
If the holder gets it down upright like this,
Mm-hmm.
75% on the kicker.
Yeah,
Right on that point.
I would say
Still.
if I had to guess, again, prefacing with never done the position ever
Right.
before,
Right. We're pretty close.
so
Yep.
pretty clueless. If I had to guess, just because of the frisbee spin, I would say it was 70% the kicker
Yep.
and 30% the holder.
Right.
The
So,
holder shanked it to the left,
right. Just a tad.
so that
He's
caused it.
still, if it's this way, still in a really good spot.
I
to
think
fucking
like
kick it.
if the kicker kicked it perfect with the hold that was there, I bet it would have either been just barely out to the left,
Right.
or just barely in on the left
Right.
side.
Right.
But I think the kicker just doubled down on the fuck up.
Well, what the commentators said, shout out, is it? Oh, I don't think it was. It's not Reese Davis. It's the other guy,
Mhm.
Chris Fowler. Does that sound right?
I
Chris
think so.
Fowler sound right. Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit, legends in college football.
Mhm.
What they were saying is it was such a long field goal, 50, I think it was.
Yeah, it was 50.
For college, that's up
Yeah,
there.
the record was broken earlier that day, and it was like
first game.
56.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 56 yards
Yeah,
or something.
Michigan
Now
did
that is the new playoff record.
Right. And crazy that Ohio State almost hit nearly as long one.
Mhm.
But I think he was doubling down on the power. He's like, I
Yeah.
just gotta boot this fucker, and
Yeah.
he just hit it like here instead of like down here. You know what I mean? He just
Yeah.
cranked it.
Mhm.
So
Your voice cracked.
so
I'm sorry, I'm getting congestion out of my throat. It's fucking stupid.
I get
So
that.
good.
So to finish up
Mhm.
college football, it'll be Georgia and TCU, and
Yeah.
the most unlikely of college
Outcomes
football
is
national championships.
yeah,
Which will make it really fun to watch. I'm pumped.
pumped for
Really,
TCU.
really, really want TCU to win so bad.
Mhm.
It'd be crazy.
Mhm. Yeah,
Ugh.
which
All
is
right.
funny because I remember at the very beginning of CU's fucking dog shit season that was this year, they played TCU and like obviously we got fucking hosed by them, and all of the CU fucking
Hosed.
fan base was like, "Fuck off! We don't even care if we lost to you. The best you're gonna get is fucking Las Vegas Bowl or the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl this year. So we
Right.
don't even give a shit about you.
Right.
It's not like you're Georgia or some shit." Now they're in the national championship playing Georgia.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
Georgia. So